Why does Multiverses get to go again? Just because they took it down? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's like, what if every year, they just took down Smash Bros for like a day and a half and then put it back up and it was like, Smash Bros came out this year. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Twig, your weekly, geekly, family-friendly news show that tackles everything from the Game Awards nominees to what even is an Xbox anymore, with some video games in between. I'm Nerd Pastor Nate. I'm the pastor of Checkpoint Church, a church designed with nerds, geeks, and gamers in mind. If you're listening in on the podcast version of the show, be sure to give us a good review. Click that like if you're ever on YouTube, or come and listen live on Twitch every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/checkpointchurch. As always, folks, we are going to be talking about what have we been watching, playing, and reading. What have you been getting into? Let me know in the chat, or if you're watching on the VOD after the fact, let me know down in the comment sections below this video. I want to hear what has been going on. I have been watching not much, really, a lot of Nerd Culture Ministry Summit talks. So that has been pretty much what I've been preoccupied with. I did start watching Paris, Texas, the 1001 movie, but I have yet to finish it. I've also been catching up on some of my YouTube videos and that kind of thing. But for the most part, I've been listening to podcasts more than I've been watching anything. So it's been kind of just a flow. I did watch a whole lot of movies while I was on the plane to the summit and back. But I did watch Kinds of Kindness, Anatomy of a Fall, and then a movie title I shan't say here on my Christian Minecraft server, but it was a very good movie. So those were the three movies that I watched and enjoyed them well enough. I would say I did not enjoy Kinds of Kindness. I did enjoy the other two. Anatomy of a Fall was wonderful, really good, courtroom drama stuff, always a good time. I have been playing more Metaphor Refantasio. I'm still not done with it. I'm not quite sure if it's ever going to end, but I am really enjoying it. I'm just kind of like, I got other games to play, and I don't know when I'm going to get to them. And then I've also been playing some Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket. That has been my phone game. It's been working out pretty well for me. I have been reading this behemoth of a tome on digital ministry. This is the Oxford Handbook of Digital Religion. Pretty massive work here. I've barely even scratched the surface, but that's what I have been working on. And then I also did finally start reading The Strange House from the latest Manga Spice Cafe. Some of you may have watched the edit already. And it's so far really good. Starting off really strong. I'm super loving it and really excited to see where it goes and probably pick up the rest of them. It's right up my alley. I love this genre. It is speaking to me and I'm here for it. And that has been pretty much it. I did start a Let's Play just like a couple hours ago. I don't know if any of you have the same TikTok feed that I do, but there's been this game that has been repetitively served to me called Mouthwash. And so I've just started Weeby News's Let's Play of it, and we shall see if I enjoy it. So far, I'm in with the vibe and the kind of dissonance of the thing. It definitely reminds me of some of the analog horror kind of stuff, but I'm not quite sure if it's like Danganronpa levels. By the way, hey, Monokuma. Oh, wait, hey, Monokuma. Hey, Monokuma, how you doing back there, buddy? Little tickle feet there. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get there. I don't know how it's going to be or where it's going to end up. It's definitely real weird, and if you are into real weird stuff, then that's probably going to be for you. But all my cosplayers have been cosplaying, and so I was like, I gotta learn what's going on here and what is this story all about. Let's look at the chat here, see what y'all have been getting into. Perry has been watching Arcane Season 2. I really got to start it. I need to know what is happening. My cosplayers have also been dressing up as those two, as one might imagine. Resident Catholic, formerly known as The Phoenix, watching YouTube, Lie to Me, reading theology and philosophy books, and playing Hogwarts Legacy, Fortnite, doing relaxing and resting since the summit. Let's see. Mindful Marlena watched The House of Gucci, which was okay. DB has been watching Supernatural, not playing anything, and reading Debunk It. And yeah, we got lots of good stuff going on. Lots of good stuff. Do let us know what else is going on in your lives, the things that you're watching and enjoying. But we're going to get right on into the show, the bulk of our show, with the trending headlines and things that have been going on. The first one, BlueSky. BlueSky, a rising alternative to X and Twitter, is currently facing technical difficulties as it adapts to a rapid increase in users, recently surpassing 15 million. Over the past week alone, 1 million new users have joined the platform, fueled by post-election discussions and dissatisfaction with X and Twitter. However, this growth has strained its servers, leading to slow load times, outages, and features like liking posts becoming temporarily unreliable. BlueSky developers have acknowledged the issues and are actively addressing them with intermittent updates. Despite these hurdles, the platform remains popular, currently ranking as the #1 free app on the iOS store, reflecting its strong momentum in the social media space. I am on BlueSky. I'm now back into it because I am curious to see what happens with this app, where it goes from here. I am exhausted to have another app to now learn about. I am super curious about the concept of the feeds. I've already made a starter pack for Methodists, which, by the way, I didn't know if you wanted to be in there or if you like the anonymity of your profile. So let me know. I'm happy to add you, but just trying to take advantage of the space and see what I can do with the energy that is there right now. For those of you that don't know, a little bit of the story with BlueSky. This is a response to the Twitter buyout and Jack. So this is another project from some of the founders of Twitter, which, speaking of, fun fact, I'll be meeting one of the founders of Twitter in January, and I am super duper excited about it. So for those of you that know Biz Stone, I will be getting a conference conversation with him thanks to my Fidgetal Fellows thing, and I'm super excited to get to meet somebody from Silicon Valley in Silicon Valley. But that is kind of where I stand with BlueSky. It is a curious thing. I'm open. I'm curious. I will see where it goes. I'm with the wind. I am putting as much energy into it as I have to put into it, which admittedly nowadays, between Substack and Instagram and TikTok and trying to write and do other things, it ain't much. So for now, find me over there if you want to, nerdpastornate at pixelandpulpit.com. I will say I do not care for the extremely long names. The @ blank, 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 blank is too much. It's too much. Simply too much. Also, I don't know why nobody links their websites. It feels like it's only me and the Fortune 500 folks. What are we doing? I have a website. Why wouldn't I link it? Is that lame? I feel like maybe I'm lame, but I do it. I did it with Substack too. I swear I'm the only person that has a Substack website, and everybody has 10,000 subscribers, and they're john@substack.com. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I guess maybe that's just me. Yeah, I mean, who all has websites among regular views? That's fair, but I see people that I know have websites, and they just are deciding not to. So it's fine. It's fine. People can do what they want, and maybe I'm the loser here. It's fine. I'll be fine. I'll get over it. So let me know if you're on BlueSky. Go follow me if you're ever on that space. Let's see if I can get myself up to 100 followers on that bad boy. I just did it on Instagram, so it amazes me how much social media growth is slow nowadays. I remember first getting on social media as a teen, and it just skyrocketed. All my accounts, I would get followers like wild, but nowadays it's slow going. I think all of my peers that I can send things to are like, what's a BlueSky? And so I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on BlueSky if you're over there, and hopefully I will see you in those spaces. Speaking of interesting internet things going on, Freevee. Amazon has announced it's going to shut down its ad-supported streaming service Freevee in the coming weeks, consolidating its content into Prime Video. Freevee's original shows like Bosch Legacy, Jury Duty, which is really good, and Judy Justice will remain available on Prime Video, accessible to both Prime and non-Prime members. Launched in 2019 as IMDb Freedive and later rebranded, Freevee gained recognition for offering free content, including Emmy-nominated originals. However, the introduction of ads on Prime Video earlier this year blurred the lines between the two services, leading to this decision. Amazon promises a seamless transition, with free content still available on Prime Video for non-Prime users. This is a nothing burger of a story. The only thing that it is this logo is gone. That's pretty much what happened. I don't know if we were ever going to get a Jury Duty show. Hopefully, I would have loved to have seen another season of that. It was a really, really fine season of TV, a lot of fun, curious, content, and I wanted to see more. I'm not normally one for reality TV. It's not really my bag, but that was one that I really got into. I liked the everyone is in on it kind of Truman Show story, and yeah. if nothing else, I hope that maybe that this like merger, it's not even a merger. It's like this dissolution kind of situation. Maybe we will see a Jury Duty season 2 prop up out of any backlash or funding they might have got. Whatever they were holding on to that was keeping this like branding on lock. Now they've let loose of those brand guidelines, and now they just have all of this money for more of that. So yeah, Freevee felt like I needed to at least say something about it, considering that it is a ending of something that I've taken advantage of and something that I felt like was a good resource for nerds, because there were some anime and things like that were on Freevee, but now they'll be a part of Prime. So we are not really losing anything, just kind of rebranding. Speaking of rebranding in a pretty hilarious site, The Onion. Satirical news site The Onion has purchased Alex Jones's InfoWars in a bankruptcy auction with plans to transform it into a parody of its former self. The sale follows years of litigation, during which Jones was ordered to pay nearly $1 billion in damages to families of Sandy Hook shooting victims for his defamatory claims. The families backed the sale, with Robbie Parker, a father of one victim, calling it long-awaited justice. The Onion plans to relaunch InfoWars next year as a satirical site targeting weird internet personalities, while owning all aspects of the brand, including its dietary supplement business. Real. Unreal. And I want to read one sentence again just to really cement this, right? Like, the families backed the sale. Like, that's so good. You have to realize that's so good. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Alex Jones and InfoWars, I'm not going to drudge into that mire very long, but just know that this is a pretty hilarious turn of events of somebody that had a conspiracy theory in particular revolving around children's lives being ended and the parents being really upset about somebody trying to make a conspiracy about their real life children's lives being ended. I have my own personal thoughts on Alex Jones, but regardless of personal thoughts, objectively, this is an uncool thing of anyone to ever do. And so the fact that this has been seriously twisted and turned up on its head and turned into the mockery that it is, it's just real good. It's just real good. And The Onion has had the staying power of anything like I've ever seen. And the fact that they are able to have a turn of the screw into Alex Jones's end of his career and further nosedive, it's just good stuff. Good stuff. The chat is also on board. Who didn't know? Who had not heard about this? Because whenever I heard about it, it took me a good 5 minutes of researching if it was an Onion article to see if it was actually true. But it is sure enough true. Great choice. Hilarious move, says Maybe 30 Bats. So happy about this, says Barry. So Onion of them, right? It is so very Onion of them. And then Resident Catholic said the 4-course meal supplement pill, then it's going to be like stuff we saw straight out of Willy Wonka. Yeah, it'll be interesting what they do with the dietary stuff. I'm always kind of a bit like wary of any of those. Same with like Alpha Brain and Joe Rogan's kind of stuff. Like I'm just a bit, I don't know. I don't need it. I don't need that. I don't need your Soylent. Thanks so much. But who could say? Who could say how it actually works and if it's backed by this guy, this person? But like, I'm still tempted by the Christmas tree cakes whenever they show up on the aisle. So like, I'm not in need of any new kind of innovative food. I've already got the processed stuff right next door. So this was an interesting rebrand. And then actually we have a hat trick here of a third rebrand. Can you believe it? We got 3 rebrands in a row. The next one is our final trending headline, and this is Xbox. If you haven't seen Microsoft's new This Is an Xbox ad campaign, it emphasizes Xbox shift from consoles to a broader gaming platform accessible on devices like TVs and phones. This has sparked some mixed reactions and plenty of online memes. While the campaign highlights Xbox's growing focus on accessibility and cross-device gaming, it has drawn criticism from core fans, disheartened by the diminished focus on traditional consoles and exclusives. In an interview, Xbox CEO Phil Spencer acknowledged the controversy, noting that the brand is transitioning from its roots as a console to a broader ecosystem. Spencer stressed that Xbox's focus is on delivering memorable games and experiences regardless of platform, aligning with the global success of games like Fortnite and Roblox. Look, it's a good ad. It's a good ad. I think it is memeable. It is pretty funny, but like, it is hard to deny. It's a good ad. It's funny. It's got some cute stuff in there. The cat box thrown in there. And then we've got the bento box, and this is an Xbox on the wall. It's funny. It's a good goof and a gaff. The one that excites me the most is certainly the like Xbox handheld, because that means that maybe that is closer than we thought it was going to be. I would love to see an Xbox handheld. I do think it is a choice of an ad. It's a vibe that they were going for, and maybe it'll work out and maybe it'll backfire. It certainly seems like so far people have not enjoyed it, but I think it's funny. I think it's goofy. I think people that are taking it too seriously might be taking it too seriously, and it's just a goof and a gaff. It's a goof and a gaff and a half, and it's a laugh, and it's fun. I, would like to see maybe some more Xbox games kind of rise up out of the ashes. I can't really think of the last like Xbox Game Studios game that I got particularly excited about. So I would like to see them doing more of those memorable games. I feel like that would bring me joy more than just these goofy ads, especially since Phil is like aligning with that. But they do also own so many people at this point that it's kind of, you've become so ubiquitous that people don't even remember what is and what isn't from Xbox Game Studios at this point. Most of them are from Xbox Game Studios, lowercase, not uppercase Game Studios, but Game Studios owned by Xbox, not the actual company Xbox Game Studios. So yeah, I don't know what we'll see out of them. And they do a lot of silly things, and they make a lot of silly calls, and they get in controversy. And sometimes the controversy is only there, in my opinion, to drum up a little bit more interest and a few more sales. And that's fine. They can do that. They can do the marketing. They can do their thing. I thought it was a good ad. It was a good time. It actually, you know what it really reminds me of? Game Informer. Classic 2000s era Game Informer. This is a full page ad. 1000%. This is like you would see it on like the 5th page of Game Informer. You're turning through, you see the editor's notes, you see like a more expensive ad, you see the like content in the magazine, and then the next page, boom, this ad. It just makes so much sense. So I don't know if this means, I think this like cements in the ground. We're probably not going to see a Xbox Series X, SX 2.0, I think that means we're probably not going to be seeing that. This is probably where Xbox has kind of cemented their flag as like, we're doing things. And so no, you don't get a new console. You're not getting a PS5 Pro. You're not getting the Switch 2. Maybe we'll get a handheld, but even that I think there has been kind of debunked as like we're working on it. We're going to give it to you eventually. I'd buy one. Shoot. I mean, why not? I would love an Xbox handheld. I so enjoy my Steam Deck, but if there's going to be one with the Xbox branding and their UI and that kind of stuff, sure, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I enjoy the PS Portal. I think it's a fun time, and I would do the same thing for Xbox. So yeah. 3 rebrands in a row. An interesting week, to say the least, as we've seen some pretty interesting things hit the fan. But we're going to get now into our main topic for the show, and one that I am particularly excited about. Not that. This one! It's the Game Awards! Woo! I love the Game Awards, y'all. It is my favorite time of the year. It is one of my favorite seasons. I really, really do enjoy the end of the year excitement as we get to argue and bicker and celebrate games that have impacted over the past year. And here at Checkpoint, we do something super special that I'll announce a little bit at the end. But we're going to do a couple of things with this one. The first one is going to be my picks for all of these. So save a minor spoiler over in our video game section on our Discord. I have not had anything spoiled for any of these. So I'm going to go category by category from the bottom up and let you know my picks of what I think should be the winners of each of these categories. And what will be funny is if my winner isn't even in the nominees. Now, of course, we got to start at the ones that I know nothing about. So obviously, our content creator of the year, I watch so much content. So of course I know so many content creators, and it's got to be Rungus this year. Rungus Binkley has got to be the winner of content creator of the year. Best esports game is obviously Pokemon TCG Pocket. The best esports team is the Hollaback Boys, and the best esports athlete is Shmeef. It's Shmeef. And so now we'll get into the real suggestions of what the actual categories are, now that we've gotten the ones that nobody knows any of the names, except for maybe the occasional H-Man and esports watcher. Best adaptation for me has got to be Fallout, which doesn't even feel like it was this year, but Fallout is the obvious shoe-in, like gonna be. Maybe it could be Arcane, but in my humble opinion, Arcane came out too late. So I don't think that it even feels like it's relevant, and it feels like Fallout is the obvious shoe-in winner. For innovation and accessibility, I picked Senua's Saga. I think that they do accessibility better than just about anybody. I think that is one of Ninja Theory's strong suits. For player's voice, here's my long con here, all right? Here's my big theory. I think that Pal World is going to get snubbed. And I think that the players of Pal World are going to rise up and they're going to say, no, we want Pal World in our player's voice. And so I think that's probably not going to happen. But that's what in my heart of hearts, I would write that story. You know what I mean? Best community support. For me, it's got to be Helldivers 2. I'll be curious to see what actually is nominated for this one. This is one of those categories where it's like, could be anybody because I don't really know what game communities keep up. I play so many single-player games, but I could see Helldivers 2 being on the list at the very least. You're going to notice a trend here for these next couple few. The best debut indie game, best indie game, all that kind of stuff, I'm going to probably have two answers for because I have my answer, and then I have an answer that I think is very likely. So my answer for the best debut indie game is obvious. It's a 1000 Times Resist. I don't think 1000 Times Resist is going to be anywhere on this. I think it's going to be snubbed all the way because y'all don't even know what you're missing. And nobody will talk about that game, and it is the best game of the year. Anyway, it is not going to get the nomination. I think probably Animal Well could take this one. I think it was a fantastic indie game experience all around. It was a debut. It was the first one from Donkey's production company, so like pretty big deal. I think the best ongoing game is almost certainly going to be Elden Ring Erdtree. That's kind of my understanding of how DLC works, but you know, maybe they'll also be nominated for Game of the Year. Best audio design, I am going to snub FF7 in this list, so I'm going to give them best audio design because I don't give them anything else. Best sim or strategy game, for me, it's got to be Unicorn Overlord. I could see that one not taking it, but I want it to win that one. Best action game, I'm going to give it to Zenless Zone Zero. I don't think it is, but I played it, and I didn't give it to anything else, so it gets this one as a default reward. I think more than likely, we will probably see Senua Saga get this one, but we'll see. Best VR AR game. I couldn't remember. I don't play VR games. Didn't the Metro game come out this year? I swear Metro came out. So Metro Awakening, maybe, or maybe it's coming out, something like that. So I'm going to give that one to our VR slot. Best game direction. This is my humble opinion here. I don't know what we're going to get in game direction, but you know what? I think that Zelda Echoes of Wisdom was a perfectly designed game. It was so well thought out. It was so well crafted. It was put together in an intricate, like logical, everything was what it needed to be. And so I'm going to say best game direction, and I'm going to double down, and I'm going to say best art direction because I love those little chibi fellas. I think that's such a cute art style, and I just appreciate the consistency of it. I would have voted the exact same way for the predecessor because I just think that Link's Awakening, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, I like this art style a lot. I like what they bring to the fore. My most anticipated game, we'll see, but I think it's a shoe-in for GTA 6. I can't imagine anything else getting most anticipated game. Maybe my most anticipated game might be Deltarune 3 and 4, but hey, GTA 6 is going to be more universal. Best multiplayer, I'm good at Helldivers 2 here as well. In all honesty, I got so unplugged from the multiplayer scene, I have no idea what even came out this year. Maybe Black Ops? I don't know. I don't know what's getting best multiplayer, but I'm giving it Helldivers 2. Sports and racing games, I have no idea what came out this year. Did any racing games come out? I guess sports game. I always forget about sports games. Then it's Football Club. It's Football Club 25, whatever it's called. Best family game, I don't think it wins it. I don't think it deserves it. College Football 2. Okay, you got it. That's the one. 25, that's the one. That's it. I remembered something. I thought it was going to be Football Club like the soccer. Whew. Anyway, best family game, I don't think it deserves it, but I think it's probably going to get it. It's going to be Plucky Squire. If it isn't Plucky Squire, it's going to be Echoes of Wisdom, even though, I don't know, I think that Echoes of Wisdom was a better family game, but I don't know where else Plucky Squire could go, and it's such a cute game. Maybe art direction, but yeah, time will tell. Best fighting game, I'm going to give it Dragon Ball Z Sparking. However, I think it is much more likely that Tekken will be the one that takes this cake. Best role-playing game, I'm giving it to Metaphor. Sorry, Final Fantasy. I love both of you, but Metaphor was the one for me. I can't put Final Fantasy over Persona in my head anymore. I used to be able to, but I love Persona too much. And Atlas just creates such an excellent experience. Best action and adventure game, kind of the same with action games. I feel like this is a category that needs to die. I don't know why it won't, but I'm going to say Senua's Saga here, or vice versa, Echoes of Wisdom. It's hard to say because they just make such strange choices about how these categories are named. Games for Impact, it's not even going to be nominated. I know it's not even going to be nominated because nobody talked about this game, but 1000 Times Resist wins this. It landslides it. It's the best. It's the game. It is the game for Impact of the year. This is my favorite category, and I love this category because it always gives me some game recommendations. So last year, I think I'd played all of them and I was very disappointed. So I'm very hopeful that this year of the nominees, I have not played all of them so that I can have some fun things to play on stream. Best performance is going to be Hannah Tell, Life is Strange Max. I've already enjoyed her performance so much. It is just one of my favorites. I do think that Senua is also a fantastic performance. And the man, whatever his name is, that she finds very early on, the slaver, is also very good. So maybe he'll be up for the nom. Best score and music, it's got to be Persona. It's got to be Persona 3. How could it not be? How could it not be P3 Reload? So gotta go score and music for them. Could also see Echoes of Wisdom being nominated on here, but it was a really good rendition of the Zelda theme. But I do think that Persona 3 Reload, gotta take it. Best narrative, y'all already know where this is going. It's gonna be the one that doesn't get a single nom, 1000 Times Resist. It is the best narrative of the year. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Best mobile game, probably going to be Balatro. I don't think it's going to be Zenless Zone Zero. I don't feel like PTCG Pocket has been out long enough, nor is it innovative enough. Probably going to be Balatro. I guess it could be Zenless Zone Zero. I don't really consider that a mobile game, though. I mean, it is, but in the same way Balatro is, I suppose. It just depends on where you play it. Best independent game, like I said, this is the one that kind of toes the line, 1000 Times Resist or Animal Well. Considering that 1000 Times Resist isn't even going to get a nom, it's going to be Animal Well. And then Game of the Year, baby. 1000 Times Resist. It is what it is. It's not going to be the one, but that's my pick because it was my favorite game that I played this year. It was so good. It was such a good game. It was such a fantastic experience. So unique, so interesting, so engaging, such a good story, such good acting, such good characters, lore, world building. It was my Nier. It is a better experience than Nier for me. And that's really saying something because I enjoyed the Nier experiences. A lot of people worship the Nier experiences, and I think that it is better than Nier. At least Nier for me. So I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be real snubbed, and that's probably a bit of my sassiness for even putting it on here is because I want to put it on there as my small subtle act of rebellion. So subtle. Oh man. Without further ado, it's time for me to learn what the actual picks are. I'm going to pull up real quickly the Game Awards nominee list and scroll hopefully to the, I got to go all the way to the bottom. Okay. All the way to the bottom, we've got the best esports team. Let's see. I don't even see Hollaback Boys on here. Billy, Genji, Navi, T1, Team Liquid. Yeah, they missed it with Hollaback Boys. Esports athlete, 33, Alexib, Chovy, Fake Iwu, JJ, KK. I see. This is why I thought they couldn't be brave enough to put Shmeef on here, you guys. They couldn't be brave enough. Best esports game, I obviously put PTG Pocket, and the actual esports game list is Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang. What? And Valorant. What is Mobile Legends Bang Bang? Do I need to go find out what that game is all about? Content Creator of the Year. Oh, that's so sweet. Queso. That's really fun. I, of course, called this Rungus. What was his last name? Rungus Binkley. I said Rungus Binkley, obviously, but Queso, Illawan, Techno Gamers, Typical Gamer, and Usada Pecora. I only know Queso from that list, and that's really funny. Let's look at most anticipated games of the year. Of course, we have Death Stranding 2 on the beach. We have Ghosts of Yote. We have Grand Theft Auto 6. We have Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Monster Hunter Wilds. It's got to be GTA 6. There's just no way it's not. Best multiplayer, we have Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Tekken 8, Warhammer 40K. Warhammer 40K was one that came out of nowhere and was talked about a lot for like a week. So maybe, but I think Helldivers 2 deserves that one, even though I don't think it's going to get it. Best sports and racing, F1 24, EA Sports, FC 25. Hey, that's me, it's a football club. I was right. I nailed it. That's totally the winner. Maybe. NBA 2K25, Top Spin 2K25, WWE 2K24. Man, I tell you, 2K, They really need to calm down with their naming scheme, don't they? How long are they going to go? How long are they going to go with that naming scheme? Best sim and strategy game, Unicorn Overlord is on there, baby. We've got Age of Mythology Retold, Frostpunk 2, Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. I heard that game was not what they wanted it to be. Manor Lords and then Unicorn Overlord. I think Overlord has a chance, but Frostpunk is probably going to be the one to take it. I didn't even think about that game. Best family game, this is brutal. Astrobot, Princess Peach Showtime. Good for you, Princess Peach. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Plucky Squire. It's probably going to be Zelda. I think it really depends on where Astrobot places. I didn't even think about Astrobot. Really depends on where they placed on the rest of the scale. I think that if they don't get any other awards, they'll probably take this one. I think if they take any other award, then it'll go to Echoes of Wisdom. Best fighting game, we got Sparking Zero, Grand Blue, Marvel v Capcom Fighting Collection, Arcade Classics. Multiversus and Tekken 8. I don't think Multiversus gets to go again. Why does Multiversus get to go again? Just because they took it down? That's not fair. That's not fair. That's like, what if every year, they just took down Smash Bros for like a day and a half and then put it back up and it was like, Smash Bros came out this year. It's like, no, you can't say that just because you took the game down. That doesn't feel fair at all. Yeah, probably another 76 years for 2K. Very fun. Yeah, Multiverses, from what I understand, did not come back well. I think it's going to be Tekken, but hey, I'd love to see Sparking Zero. Best RPG, Dragon's Dogma 2. I forgot that came out. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Okay, so they're doing it. They're going for it, y'all. They're going for it. So that means that this has a real chance. I think this one is almost certainly going to go to FF7 or Metaphor. Maybe Like a Dragon. I just don't think of Like a Dragon that way, but maybe it could take it. Best Action Adventure game. We have Astrobot, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. Really? Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown? Really? All right. Silent Hill 2, Star Wars Outlaws, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I think that this is going to be a similar situation where it's either Astrobot or Legend of Zelda, depending on the rest of the sweep. Best action game, we have Black Myth Wukong. I forgot about that game. Oh, I totally forgot about that game. Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, no, Senua. Oh, we didn't get Senua on either one. Oh, that's so disappointing. Black Myth Wukong, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. It wasn't very good action. I mean, I guess that is fair. Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade, Warhammer 40K. Probably Wukong going to take that one, actually. Best VR AR game. Hey, I was right. Metro did release this year. Arizona Sunshine remake that came out of nowhere. Asgard's Wrath 2. Ooh, wasn't that like phenomenal? Wasn't that like beloved? Metal Hellsinger VR and Batman Arkham Shadow. I'm pretty sure Asgard's Wrath was like the one that blew everyone out of the water, wasn't it? It was the one that was just like mind-blowing to everyone that played it, and it was just so unexpected and out of nowhere. I feel like that. I feel like I remember that, so maybe that's the one that'll take it. Best mobile game, we have AFK Journey, Balatro, PTCG Pocket. Hey, go off. Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone 0. Probably Balatro. Best debut indie game, Animal Well, Balatro, Manor Lords, Pacific Drive. Pacific Drive! I'm mad. I'm so mad. What is Manor Lords? What is Manor Lords, dude? Pacific Drive, dude? Come on, homie. What is Manor Lords? Oh, 97% of people liked this game. Yikes. Oh, that's brutal. Well, I guess I'll have to look into this game, Manor Lords. Manor Lords. I cannot believe Pacific Drive got the nom. Look, no hate, all right? No hate. No hate to Pacific Drive, but it didn't blow my mind. Oh, no, it gets worse. Best independent game, Animal Well, Balatro, Lorelei, and the Laser Eyes. It's not a good game. It's not a good game. It's just, you just want a new Suda51 game. That's all you want. You want a new Suda51 game, and so everybody talked about it in the news media. It's not actually that good. It was not that mind-blowing. It was a point and click. It was fine. It was so completely fine. Neva and then UFO 50. Ooh, I didn't think about UFO. It would be so fun if UFO 50 won that one. But I really do think there is a pretty good shot for Animal Well to take this one. I don't see Lorelei or Neva taking it. I think that Animal Well, Balatro, I don't see UFO 50 either. But honestly, it's the one that probably deserves it the most. It's the one that has the most creativity and energy behind it. But, who could say? Best community support, we got BG3. Really? I didn't know. I did not know that. Where's Mayfly? Somebody call Mayfly. I need to know what that means. What do you mean? What do you mean best community support? What have you been doing? I didn't know they were doing. I guess they have been putting in a lot of content, huh? They've been putting in like they did the like post games. They added in a couple extra post games. Community support is the weirdest word, isn't it? It's the weirdest category. What does that mean? What are you talking about, community support? They have a good Twitter community? What are we talking about here? They put in the most in-game content, or they're like keeping up with what are they called? Not campaigns, but like what is it called? Where you like pay in battle pass. There you go. You're like Fortnite. Fortnite has a battle pass. That makes sense to me. That's community support. Helldivers 2, they got a battle pass. They got a system they go through. But BG3, it's just more game. Just more game. Just renominate the game. If that's on the table, if we can just do that with Multiversus, why can't we just do that with BG3? And then No Man's Sky. I think the best community support of this year is Helldivers 2. So we'll see what they actually end up going with. Best ongoing game, Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2. This is so silly. What did I say for ongoing game? Elden Ring. The obvious ongoing game. It's the game that keeps going on. I guess I don't know. Okay, Destiny 2. Destiny 2, the game that I've not seen anybody play in several years. Why not? Why not? Let's see that one. Let's take a brief pause, read back through the chat, see what else I'm seeing. Let's see. What are people saying in here? Best dead game of the year is Valheim. You're telling me Metal Hellsinger released a VR game? I had no idea. You know that the worst games are going to win. Look, I love the Game Awards, okay? And I am going to be here for every minute. We're going to be watching every single minute together. And I'm super on board for whatever they have to do. And sometimes I agree with their picks. Often I do not. But then there are the picks that are just so dead wrong. They're just so dead wrong. It just doesn't even make sense how they can be on here. And that is with like grace and love and peace to these companies and to the people that made Pacific Drive. Like, good on you. Good on you, Lorelei and Laser Eyes. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for creating a great game, but you gave me that game that good. So yeah, Destiny being on there is real funny. I guess maybe they listen to their community. I'm not sure. I know I did not just hear Destiny 2 get a nom before an ad break. Yeah, they did indeed. They did indeed. Ay. All right, let's keep on going. Finish the list. Next up, we got Games for Impact. So this is... Okay, there's one here I have never heard of. That's exciting. Let's look up this last one. Hey, cool. A game I haven't heard of. A slice of life sim that I haven't heard of? Say less. What can I do to play this game? That's going to need to happen ASAP. Let's see. We got Indica, Neva, Life is Strange, Double Exposure, Senua Saga, Hellblade 2, Tales of Kenzara Zhao, and Closer the Distance. Closer the Distance is the one I'd never heard of. It's from Skybound, a slice of life sim that tells a deeply emotional story about the connections between family and friends in the face of tragedy. Unearth long-kept secrets, repair strained relationships, and help your loved ones move on. We'll be playing that one. We'll play it maybe after Life is Strange if we have enough time before the Game Awards. It's going to be a close one. It's an 8-hour game. Interesting. I still think that they're sleeping on 1,000 Times Resist, but you know, it is what it is. Life is Strange Double Exposure, I think will probably have the like clout to get up there, but I think that Senua is the game for Impact. But then again, these are all good picks. I think they all do a really unique and interesting thing. For the dev, I would love to see Tales of Kenzara Zhao get more love than it got. So maybe. Innovation and accessibility, this is hilarious. The one that deserved it is not on here. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Dragon Age the Veilguard, Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. What's up with that one? What's up with that game being on here? Where are you coming from, Prince of Persia? Where are you coming from? Where is Prince of Persia, dude? Who played it? How much money did Ubisoft give you, Game Awards? Who played Prince of Persia? I did not hear anything about that game. I heard like very, very little. I guess maybe it was like January. Maybe I'm just misremembering. But that was the game they released, like the Rogue Prince of Persia, like 2 days after that one. Ay. And then Star Wars Outlaws. So it should be Senua for me. I guess we got to have Dragon Age somewhere. Dragon Age, were they an RPG? Hang on just a second. Hang on just 1 second. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me. Dragon Age the Veilguard wasn't an RPG? Ay. This is a mess. This is a real mess. All right, let's go for best performance. Best performance, we have Brianna White of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hannah Tell, Life is Strange, there you go, Humberly Gonzalez from Star Wars Outlaws, Luke Roberts from Silent Hill 2, and Melina Jurgens from Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Yeah, I would love to see Hannah get an award. I think it'd be great. I think it'd be really, really, really fun to see Hannah get a reward there. Best audio design, my pick is not on here, but Oh, no, yes, it is. Yes, it is. FF7. Perfect. Astrobot, I was looking at another one. Astrobot, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Cinema Saga, Hellblade 2, Silent Hill 2. I didn't really think about Hellblade as being a really good audio design game, but I think it's going to be FF7. They got to get something. They got to do something for them. Best score in music is the funniest thing I've ever seen, Metaphor being on there. Maybe other people like the music. It does absolutely nothing for... I don't get it. It's just the same track over and over and over again. I guess it's fine, but I could use a few more songs maybe in that one would be nice. I have that problem with a lot of RPGs because Pokemon, because they play the same song for every random encounter, and depending on how many REs you have in a RPG, you're going to be hearing the same song a million times around. So it's just funny to hear any RPG really get score in music. Astrobot, Final Fantasy 7, Metaphor, Silent Hill 2, and Stellar Blade. I guess we got to get Stellar Blade in there somewhere. Best art direction, we have Astrobot, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, Metaphor, Refantasio, and Neva. Surprised to see Metaphor here as well. I guess it is a pretty cool aesthetic, a cool art style. Man. Have we gotten a single Zelda nom? Has it just been Family Game? Has it just been the baby games for babies category? That's wild. It was a really good game, y'all. It was not an okay game. It was a really good game. Fascinating. Let's see. Best narrative. Here we go. FF7, Like a Dragon, Metaphor, Senua, and Silent Hill 2. I would love to see Metaphor get this. I think that'd be super fun. I do think it's probably more likely for FF7, especially with the innovation that they've done and the stuff that they've added into there. I did not play Infinite Wealth yet, so I have no rhyme or reason to say Like a Dragon, but maybe. And Senua was a good story. It was a good story. Best adaptation. They are calling Arcane. Okay. Holy smokes. You can't be serious, dude. Like a Dragon Yakuza is on Best Adaptation. Critically panned Like a Dragon Yakuza is on Best Adaptation. That's very funny. So we got Arcane, Fallout, Knuckles, Yakuza, and Tomb Raider. You're all very cute. Arcane and Fallout, who's winning? That's the real question. It'll probably be Arcane, but I think that Arcane won last time. Fallout deserves it more. And I don't know. That's a tough category now. Since they included Arcane, even though it came out yesterday, that's gonna make it an interesting battle. Best game direction, we've got Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, FF7 Rebirth, and Metaphor Refantasio. Sure, dude. Why not? You know, that is fine. It's fine. All of these are good games. I do think that it would be interesting with the kind of... You know what? No. Power World deserves to be on here, dude. You want to talk about a team that's done fantastic game direction and really listen to their community? They should be on Communities too, dude. They have been just up-and-comers who have respected the process, respected their game, gone after what they need to do. I don't even play the game anymore. I don't have any reason to vouch for it, but they have done way more work than Black Myth Wukong. Grace and peace. Black Myth Wukong, sure, that was a long process, but also it was a weird process. It was tenuous, and that I do think that Astrobot is a good call here. Great game direction. Team Asobi does fantastic work. The fact that they were able to make a thing that was just meant to show off the PS5 and then became a fully fledged exceptional game, that is fascinating. I'm going to go back to the chat before we get to our final few. Let's see. What are these nominations? Yeah. Very interesting stuff. It's me. I'm the Prince of Persia. I am the one who knocks. Seriously, the Veilguard is blowing my mind. I cannot believe it just totally just breezed past me. That is bonkers. That's so bonkers. It's not an RPG. What a goofy choice. Curious how Veilguard got on the list. Yeah, it was on the list, but I mean, Arcane literally just came out. Veilguard at least came out a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Arcane came out 3 days. I mean, not 3 days, but a week ago. What was it, last Saturday or something that they dropped all the episodes, or the first part of the episodes? Alas, the RPG thing is pretty ridiculous. It is real good though, Arcane. I'm not doubting it. I think that Arcane is going to be really good, and I'm excited to watch it. I do not know when Tomb Raider got another adaptation. Power World getting snubbed like Shmeef. That's what I'm saying, dude. Shmeef and whatever. What was his name? Rungus Binkley. Dude, those two, they keep getting snubbed. They deserve more. They deserve better. Okay, Game of the Year. This is the final category. Game of the Year for 2024, Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, FF7, and Metaphor ReFantasio. You know, I'm honored to see Metaphor even on there, to be frank. I think that, I don't know if I would even put it on Game of the Year, and I really have enjoyed my experience with it, but I've played so many better games, to be frank, than all of these games. Really, though. I do think I've heard a lot of like uproar. So I said I had not heard anything. It was impossible to avoid the controversy with Balatro. Everybody's been talking about Balatro. So I have not avoided that one as being a nominee for Game of the Year. I think it is fully worthy of being nominated. I don't think it should win. If it does, it will be akin to It Takes Two winning, where it's like a small, scrappy team that came up out of nowhere and managed to take Game of the Year, and it's like a weird, like awkward pat on the back situation. And that's no knock to Local Thunk. I think Local Thunk created an exceptional game, a really good experience. I don't even think he knew that this was going to be the way that this game was received. It's not meant to be a Game of the Year contender, but that's not meaning that it can't be. So anybody that's on the internet saying like that's not allowed or it's against the rules, or I just think even he did not intend on it becoming such, which is my bigger argument for this one. Shmeef and Rungus Binkley would be a great crossover. Yeah, they should work together. It's always nice when an athlete and a content creator, you know, come together and create something excellent. Glad they didn't put Black Ops 6. Yeah, Black Ops 6, there was no chance. Yeah, so that's the list. That is the list. Like I said, I knew 1,000 Times Resist was going to get snubbed, but I had to put it on there because of the fact that it deserves to be mentioned by someone. Criminally insane that Persona 3 Reload wasn't on there. So that's real silly that was not on there. But it wasn't, and that was a choice that they made. Also criminally insane that Pal World is not on there anywhere. Both of those things are pretty ridiculous. Those were mainstays. Those were mainstays of the year. Those were like pivotal moments of the year. So I am baffled by that, but unsurprised. So do let me know. What are your thoughts on these games? What were your takes on it? How did you feel like it did go right? How it didn't go right? Somewhere in the middle. And then for our final little bit of this segment, we have some exciting news. So every single year, we watch the Game Awards together here at Checkpoint Church, here live on twitch.tv/Checkpoint Church, whenever they drop on December 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern, I think, is whenever they start. We'll watch the whole thing together. And in honor of the excitement of the event, we also do a bracket challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the challenge in the chat. If you would like to participate, you can go to bit.ly/TGA bracket, or you can go to our description down in the video and click on the bracket as well. Submit your picks. What do you think will win? That's the important distinction that we have to make every year. What do you think will win each category? Submit everything by December 11th. Every correct pick that you get earns you a point. The person at the end of the night who has the highest amount of points will win an Amazon gift card. So that is our challenge to you. If you want to participate, I would welcome your submission and to see what you think about it. I think that I typically take this one like mildly seriously, but of course the Amazon gift card is the small prize. The larger prize is that you will be donned the greatest gamer of 2024. So if you want to be donned the greatest gamer of 2024, then you need to participate. Win gets you a $25 Amazon gift card that you can just rip up and shred, because your true gift all along the way was being known as the greatest gamer of 2024. With that, that's the end of the Game Awards nominations reaction. There were definitely some surprises in there, but then there were some that I was not at all surprised by, that I had a feeling were going to be the case. But oh boy, this will be an interesting one to go back and to watch, because I am curious to see my reactions from the outside looking in, because I know how they felt as I was reacting to them. And some rough picks in there, but there always are. You know, these things can't be perfect. Regardless of how the actual event goes, it's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a great event because we're going to be together. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be talking about the awards, reacting to them live, laughing at the goofs and gaffs and Jeff Keighley's shoes. So be there, be square. But for this stream right here, we are going to move into my favorite segment of the show, which is, of course,
At This Point in Nerd History.
Yeah, that's right. It's time for this. Oh, it's not that. No. No, that's right. It's time for At This Point in Nerd History. Everything that was released on this day of November 19th throughout time and space as it relates to games, movies, TV show, random facts, anything like that. We've a lot of games to get through. 2021, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the Pokemon games, were released worldwide on Nintendo Switch. 2019, Shenmue 3. 2012, we had Papa's Hot Doggeria, a true cultural landmark milestone for us all. 9, we had Assassin's Creed 2. And then in an unironic cultural landmark, I don't know where you were in 2006 on November 19th when the Wii released, but for those of us that were in 6th grade, we remember. The Wii launch was next level. It is the last launch that I remember that had the most insane launch titles that got me so excited. Call of Duty 3, Day 1, Rayman, Raving Rabbids. Nobody was expecting Rayman to be as interesting and as goofy as it was. Red Steel, dude. Red Steel, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, Wii Sports in package. What a bonkers day. What a bonkers day for video games. They've never done it like that. They've never done it like that again. There has never been a console release as hype as the Wii in 2006 for me. That is the one that I remember the most vividly. And Nintendo used to do it like that, man. They used to do it like that. They would come out with just these bangers of games. Now, granted, you could say Breath of the Wild with the Switch, but like, not really. They were still trying to ride the Wii U. But like the Wii, it was a game changer. It was a big deal, which they did do that with Twilight Princess as well. They kind of retrograded it, but alas, big deal. Big day in video gaming. 2003, another huge day in video gaming. Mario Kart Double Dash was released in Australia for the GameCube, along with Beyond Good and Evil and Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I never actually played those games, the Star Wars Jedi Knight series. The only reason that I knew anything about Jedi Academy is because my friend owned them, and I would always go to Chiari Mundi and just select Chiari Mundi every single time because the announcer would say it, and it was just such a fun name. And Chiari Mundi already looks funny, so that lives rent-free in my head somewhere. Is just that announcing voice. Chiari Mundi. 9. Super Smash Brothers was released in Europe for the N64. 1998, Half-Life was released. And 1986, Balloon Fight. The classic Balloon Fight was released as part of the Game & Watch series. Going on to some movies. 2021, Ghostbusters Afterlife, which I still have yet to see. 2010, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. 2004, these are two movies I did not know came out on the same day, and I always love whenever this happens. It is my favorite thing that we discover on Twig together during this segment. Did you know that National Treasure came out on the same day as SpongeBob SquarePants, the movie? I did not know that. And that brings me just the deepest joy. Just the happiest I've ever been. The fact that a National Treasure came out on the same day as National Treasure, a big deal. Starring, of course, National Treasure David Hasselhoff and his pecs. Hilarious. 1999, The World Is Not Enough, the James Bond. I believe that was Pierce Brosnan's maybe last? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know my Brosnans that well. He was definitely my James. Like, he was the one that I grew up on, but I don't honestly know. Random facts, 2007, the Amazon Kindle was first released, and nerds everywhere's their lives were changed forever. 1928, Time magazine presented its cover in color for the first time. The subject was Japanese Emperor Hirohito. 1863, U.S. President Lincoln delivered his Gettysburg Address as he dedicated a national cemetery at the site of the Civil War battlefield in Pennsylvania. That's it. Those are our fun facts, our video games, movies, and random facts thrown in there. Do let me know which one of those you found the most interesting and intriguing. I would love to hear your thoughts. I do think the National Treasure and SpongeBob SquarePants is truly one of the most exciting discoveries that I've had in quite a while. But with that, we are going to go into our next segment of the show, which is, of course, upcoming releases. We got something new for upcoming releases today. I figured that to make this even more engaging for folks watching, and because we sometimes talk about things that people have never heard of, I'm going to include some thumbnails down in the corner. So you're going to see right here where it says upcoming release, and I'm going to put the actual things that I am recommending here. Eventually, I'll actually know the dates of them, but that day. First up, my recommendation is Flow. Flow, a wondrous journey through realms natural and mystical. Flow is going to follow a courageous cat after his home is devastated by a a great flood. Teaming up with a capybara, a lemur, a bird, and a dog to navigate a boat in search of dry land, they must rely on trust, courage, and wits to survive the perils of a newly aquatic planet. I love this. I love this. I love anime. I love the anime style. It reminds me of Homeward Bound. Homeward Bound, anybody? Anybody remember Homeward Bound? But add a couple more animals to it. What if Homeward Bound had a capybara and a lemur? And instead of 2 dogs, 1 dog and a bird and a cat. It's cute. It's wonderful. I love it. I will try and find it because I think that it is Little Kitty in the Big City meets Stray. It's a little column A, little column B. So yeah, fun stuff. Capybara. Don't know that song? That's another TikTok song. Next up, we have Toads of the Bayou. Lead a group of toads as they fight against Baron Samedi's evil forces in a challenging mix of turn-based tactics and roguelike deck building. Synergized card effects gain the aid of powerful allies and engage in strategic combat to thrive in the cursed bayou. Wise and Lemur is excited for the lemurs. We'd love to see it. This is a new roguelike, kind of a Hades style. Unfortunately, coming out not too far from Windblown, so it's going to be pretty seriously overshadowed, but this is one that it looked cute. I like the style. I like toads. I particularly like the little toad in the background there that's like all red and he's like puffed up and he's got the hat, mainly because of the hat. It's real fun. So Toads of the Bayou was going to be coming out then and there. And then the last upcoming thing is also a game that I am curious about. This is one that's actually been on the horizon for quite some time. I've had it on my wish list for like a year at this point. Locomotive. On the Reyes Express, a passenger has been murdered, and you're the prime suspects. Uncover a thrilling mystery and solve satisfying point-and-click puzzles to prove your innocence. A slapstick adventure packed full of deadly surprises, shocking twists, and larger-than-life characters. I'm all on board for this one. I think it looks super fun. It's a super fun art style, a super fun like narrative, and almost kind of reminds me of that like, I've lost it. Sierra. It reminds me of Sierra games. Like it feels like the era of Sierra games brought back into our zeitgeist, and I'm curious about it. So I will be adding it from my like timelined wish list and putting it onto my roulette. So maybe it'll get rouletted into my games library before too long. But in order to get there, you know what? I'd have to finish Metaphor Refantasio first. So those are my upcoming games that are coming out, my upcoming things that are coming out that I'm excited and curious about. Let me know yours in the chat or down in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your recommendations because these are the things that I am curious about, but there are so many things that I would love to hear what you're interested in. With that, we're going to get into our final segment of the show. That's right. It's, of course, time for our meme of the week. This time it comes from Alex, the Red Player, over on our Discord. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but there ain't no way a beaver built this. And of course, this is a picture of a tremendous, very much man-made dam. Perhaps it is a particular dam and I just don't recognize them on sight. Can't say I am an analyst of such things, of such structures. So if this is a familiar one to anyone out there, do let me know. But it's a good goof, a good meme, and it got the most reactions. If you want to be considered for our memes section here, meme of the week on Twig, then be sure to join our Discord, !Discord, or down in the comments, or down in the description underneath this video. Join our Discord, post your memes and goofs in our Memes and Goofs channel, and the one that gets the most reaction is typically the one that gets picked for this week's show. So there you go. That is our meme of the week, and that is where we're going to wrap the show. We've got our closing segments here. Thanks so much, folks, for joining in on the fun of Twig. This has been Twig, your weekly geekly family-friendly news show, delivered live on twitch.tv/checkpointchurch each and every week, keeping your family connected to the world of nerdy news. If you watched this far, you likely enjoyed this one, so remember to give us a 5-star on your podcast app. Click that like button and recommend the show to your favorite nerds. Folks, we appreciate everybody that likes, comments, shares, that does any of the things that support our channel, but I want to give an extra special shout out to the folks that have also put some money behind it. And so these are our paid subscribers here on Twitch. So a special shout out to Sugar Haiku, Maybe 30 Bats, Jate Live, Mine from Marlena, Gobi Church, Sneaky Pig 633, Coyote 42, and Wise and Lemur. Thank you so much to those in particular and everyone that supports the show in whatever way makes sense for them. Is there going to be Twig next week? Yeah. There should be Twig next week. I'm pretty sure it's good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the list. We shouldn't have a big deal with it. I will be out of town Sunday night, but Sunday. I'll be back Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night should be fine. Have more Twig, all the good stuff. I guess the week after that, I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I for now, yeah, Yeah, I think we'll have Twig next week. We'll get ready for Thanksgiving together. And then after that, it'll be December. Can you believe it? Holy smokes, folks. This year is it's just gone. It's just gone. If anybody else is feeling those November blues as we get into the end of the year, right there with you. It is way too fast. The year is nearly over. And what have we done? Another year older. A new one's just begun. Somebody should write a song about that. Anyway, we're going to be ending that with our 3 things that we believe to be true about you, because we are a real life church and I'm a real life pastor. And we believe these 3 things to be true about everyone in this space. Whether you believe in God, don't believe in God, go to church, don't go to church, hate God, hate church, no matter what. Whether you're saying goodbye to 2024 like Marlena here, or whether you're saying hello or I'm going to miss you 2024. Wherever you're at, we believe these 2 things to be true about every single one of you. Number 1, that God loves you, like really, really loves you. Number 2, we love you. We want community with you. That's what we're doing here. And number 3, that you, yes, you matter. You're a person of sacred worth. The world's a better place. Why? Because you are in it. Folks, that I look forward to seeing you for our episode next week, or over in our Discord, or on another Twitch stream, or in another space that we are on, another nerdy sermon on YouTube, wherever it may be. I look forward to seeing you then. Till next time, bye-bye!